Oh my god, my hair is so dry. Let me sit up. I'm trying to crack my back. Okay. Should I do it this way? I'll do it this way. Okay, so I'm recording this on my Facebook page, on my Facebook Live, but I'm going to put this on my YouTube page. Oh my god. Between today and yesterday, I'm just like so irritated. So I'm going to start with yesterday, and I don't know. You know what? It is so true when people say that you're put in different situations for different reasons, because I've just been dealing with so many different annoyances, and I'm just not my normal self. Like, I just don't have the energy to cuss people out and to be nasty. So, it just annoys me. But first of all, I look crazy because I'm really sick again. And that's annoying too. But, okay, so let's start with yesterday. So yesterday I went to go see my nurse practitioner here in town. And this is my second time seeing her. And so I had a whole list, and I wanted a physical. Because you're supposed to get a physical. So, and I was like really worried because I don't know if it's because I have a birth defect, but whatever it is, I tend to like work myself up a lot and freak myself out. And I always try to like remember. Well, it's not that I forget that I have a birth defect, but I always have to remind myself that because something feels different with my body, it doesn't mean that something else is wrong. So I've been having like a whole bunch of weird ass feelings in the left side, but I just have to like keep reminding myself, like now I could think about it and then think like, okay, Joelle, you're overreacting because you got a lot of problems on the left side of your body, such as fucking kidney stones and other things like that. But lately, I've been having like a lot of weird pain in like the upper area. So I was associating that with problems with my spleen, which gives me anxiety because I'm always like, what if my spleen ruptures and I'm by myself? Am I going to have enough time to get to the hospital? It just freaks me out. And my doctor does not want to take it out because he says that even though my spleen is abnormal and it's enlarged, it's not like severely enlarged, and it's normal for people to have what I have and to have an enlarged spleen. And sometimes I be wondering, like, am I having all these spleen problems now because I know about it? Because when I didn't know about it, I don't think I never really had any spleen problems, but I would feel like tightness. And then I would feel like my bones moving in that area. Or I would feel like something was moving around my rib cage. And that is where your spleen is. So I don't know what it is. But so I've been real freaked out. So anyways, I went and I was supposed to get this physical. And I had all these questions or whatever. And she checked for my spleen and stuff. And she said that it was okay. And then she says, okay, is that everything? And I was like, no. That only took like 3 minutes. And I was like, I have all these questions, da-da-da-da-da. So, in between my questions, she stops me and she says, well, I don't want to get into the leg thing. So, I'm like, I'm trying to figure out how are my questions you getting into the leg thing. Sorry, somebody called me. That just sent me over the fucking top. What the fuck? I don't know. Maybe I don't understand what a nurse practitioner is, because I had a really, really, really good nurse practitioner here in Toledo, and she ended up moving to Columbus. So she hasn't been my nurse practitioner in years, like 3 years. So this new lady's been my nurse practitioner for a year. And the first, oh my god, I hate when people do that. Call me. They call you on your cell phone. You don't answer. They call you on your goddamn house phone. Let me let this finish going. Okay. So she was my nurse practitioner last year, and I liked her. I thought she was really nice. I asked her to give me a referral last year for adaptive equipment. She sent that to my house in 1 week. So yesterday, when I had all these questions, wasn't even questions directed to her. I asked the dumb idiot to give me a referral to plastics and vascular and something else here in Toledo, because I don't know no doctors here, because I don't go to Toledo hospitals, because I think they'll kill your ass. So she says, I don't want to get into the leg thing. I don't understand how writing a referral is getting into the leg thing. And then I really don't understand how, if you don't want to get into the leg thing, bitch, why did you write me a referral for adaptive equipment and for, what's that place called? For, physical therapy, because that's the leg thing. So she irritated me with that. I was so pissed off. And then she says, well, you can go to vasculars upstairs. So I said, so what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just show up there and say, hi, my name is Joelle. The lady told me to come upstairs. Or do I wait for you to give me a referral so you can send my charts and they could kind of have an idea why I'm here? So then she says, well, why don't you go to Cleveland Clinic where you normally go? So I said, oh, yeah, because Cleveland is literally around the corner. I don't have to call off of work for that. I don't have to save my money, well, spend $100 to go. It cost me $100 just to get to Cleveland. And then, because I see all specialists and I have Anthem insurance, it cost me $50 per specialist. I see like 4 specialists in one day. So basically, when I go to Cleveland for 3 hours a day, that's like a $300-$400 trip. So somebody telling me, why don't you just go to Cleveland, pisses me off. Because, bitch, I'm in Toledo for a reason. I live in Toledo now, again. Lord have mercy. I swear, these Toledo doctors are fucking crackheads. So she irritated me with that. Then I came to work today, and it was a paper on my desk that did not belong to me. So the little black bitch at my job, who I don't fucking like, that's been bothering me and rude to me ever since I got the damn job. I swear, this girl must know my dad or something, because I'm just trying to figure out why. How do you have so much animosity towards a person that you ain't never met before? So, I don't know. He said he don't know her. I don't believe him. He know her. Somebody in my family know her. No, that stupid ass bitch. So, she doesn't like me, and she really don't like this other lady, because she makes a lot of mistakes. And, like, me, on the other hand, when I catch her mistakes, I don't think that, like, I'm not her mom. I'm not her boss. So, I just, like, fix her mistakes and keep it moving. I used to tell her about her mistakes, and then she got so upset saying that, Joelle, you're just picking on me, and you don't do this to everybody else. I do that to everybody else. Everybody else knows how to fix it and move the fuck on. She takes everything personal because she's a fuck up and an ugly ass bitch. Anyways, so she always puts these papers on my desk, and they don't belong to me. She puts them on my desk when I'm gone, because she's doing that because it's like an easy, okay, whatever, Joelle will figure it out. I don't want to ask the other lady because I don't like her either. But she's at least sometimes cordial to me, so I think that's why she does it. Hey, Uncle Des, how are you? So, normally when she puts the shit on my paper, I'll just go give it to the lady or I'll just do it myself. But today, I'm just irritated. Like, I was irritated by yesterday. So, I came to work at 7:30 because I left early yesterday. I took the paper. I didn't even know this was her paper. I'm not the federal people. I'm not no federal agent, bitch. I don't know who's writing is what. So, I put the paper in a space that everybody looks at. And so, she stormed her ugly ass in the room when she got there at like 8:15. And she's like, did you put my paper back? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, well, why didn't you give it to me? Or why didn't you give it to whoever it belonged to? I was like, I didn't know I was supposed to do your job. I said, the paper don't belong to me, so I put it back. And she said, yeah, you did the same thing 2 weeks ago. I said, probably so. Because if you're putting stuff on my desk and it doesn't belong to me, I'm going to put it back. It's not mine. Well, what if I wouldn't have seen it? So I said, oh, so you didn't see it? Well, I did see it, but what if I didn't see it? I said, if you didn't see it, then somebody else would have seen it. well, I don't appreciate you doing that. And I was like, well, it already happened. I said, maybe you should ask people where things belong, and then you wouldn't have to go through all of this, me putting your papers back. And so then she says, well, why didn't you ask me? I said, I didn't know you was here at 7:30. Like, bitch, don't argue with me. I'm not the bitch that you want to argue with. And she is lucky that for whatever reason I'm getting out of my ignorant like mindset that I'm normally in, because I should have read that bitch for filth. But we was just like going back and forth, and then I just told her like I don't know what the fuck to say. Yes, you put a paper on my desk that did not belong to me because you're a fucking bitch and you don't want to ask somebody whose paper it belongs to. Yes, when I got back and saw that it wasn't my paper, I put it back in y'all workspace so that you could figure it the fuck out. I don't understand how this is even an argument. And then I don't understand why you some old ass bitch pushing 40 years old arguing with me. The fuck? Ugh. I don't understand that. Why are you arguing with me? And then I'm getting choked up in an argument because she wears so much fucking cheap ass Bath and Body Works shit. It's like she take a whole bottle of Bath and Body Works, a fucking gallon of this fucking alcohol based bullshit, and she gotta bathe in it. I was like literally choking. That's why I'm like, I don't know what else to say. Yes, the paper was not mine. I'll put it back in your workspace. If you're mad about that, then why don't you start asking people who has what dates? I'm not the defaulted person for everything. And for you to say that you're mad that, well, you normally just do it, or you give it to who it belongs to. Bitch, I'm not your motherfucking chauffeur. So you want me to do your job and my job? It's not going to happen. So I was irritated by that. Then when I was calling, my dog is pissing me off too. Sit your ass down because you irritating me. Fucking asshole. So then yesterday when that nurse practitioner pissed me off, and then she says, I'm going to need your records from Cleveland. And they already know that Cleveland don't be wanting to send ProMedica no records. They never do. Especially, at least not in my case. Maybe for regular people they do, but for Joelle they don't. But she was making it seem like a big deal, giving me her fax number and stuff. Oh, and then she took off. She didn't even tell me bye. Like, I have more questions. So that made me mad too. How are you a nurse practitioner? You're going to charge my insurance for a full visit, and then you take off when I'm not even done with my questions because you don't want to get into the leg thing. I thought that was so rude. So needless to say, I'm never going back there, which pisses me off because ever since my nurse left to Columbus, I've been through so many damn nurse practitioners because it only takes one time to piss me off. You're not about to irritate me about my health when my health is already irritating enough. I just won't deal with it. You're not going to piss me off. So then I said, okay, I'm just going to take matters into my own hands. On my lunch break, I was Googling vascular surgeons and stuff here in Toledo. So when I was getting ready to leave, I seen that their office closed at 5 o'clock. So that means that they're probably going to close their phones at 4:40. So at 4:29, I was dialing the number because I don't get off of work until 4:30. And I messed up on the number, so I was looking down on my phone and I was erasing something and putting something else in so I could hurry up and press talk so I could call and make an appointment. So as I'm leaving, here comes this dumbass bitch again. Oh, well, Joelle must be mad because she ain't even say bye. Oh, my Lord. What? I don't understand why she makes that comment. I will come right up to her and I would say, hey, everybody, good morning. Everybody would say good morning except for her, and I'm sitting right next to her. Or every day I'll say, bye, see you guys tomorrow. Everybody says bye except for her. So on the one day that I don't say anything because I'm trying to make an appointment for myself, and when I'm off the clock, bitch, I don't have to speak to nobody. You talking about Joelle must be mad. No, bitch, you must be motherfucking mad, bitch. Oh, I swear, I do not like working with her. Like, I like my department, but I don't like her. She makes everything so hostile for everybody. When she was gone out of town for a whole week, everybody got along. It was so cheerful in our department. And it's just like every time that she's there, she is such a fucking like bad cloud energy. It's so bad. And everybody is sick of getting in trouble for her. Everybody in every aspect of our department gets in trouble for her. Because all she do is fuck up and gossip. So when she said that stupid ass shit, I was just like, whatever. I just totally ignored her because I don't have time. I'm already stressed out. And then I be getting all these damn pimples because I be getting stressed out at my job. And I'm not used to that. So when I was making my vascular appointment, I was talking to the lady. And she was like, are you on any kind of medication? And I told her my medication list. Well, we're going to need your records. So I said, well, I only have a little bit of records in Toledo. But I do have some recent scans from my car accident. And I have a few things that they could probably send to you. I said, everything else, I'll have to go home and print it out from Cleveland Clinic. And then I could just fax it to you in the morning. Well, I don't know if we can go by that. What? How can you not go by Cleveland Clinic records, but you can go by ProMedica records? It's the same words. It's from doctors. Actually, it's from better doctors, you dumbass. So then she says, well, I don't even know if he can help you, but we can schedule an appointment. So I'm like, I'm not even going to schedule an appointment. I was like, no. I said, if it's that much of a bother, I'm not even going to do it. Oh, well, are you sure? I just hung up on the bitch because I don't have time. So now I have to use my damn ETO, and I do have enough time, but I was trying to save it because I wanted to see Drake in Europe, and I wanted to go to Greece. But now I got to use my ETO time to have surgery in Cleveland, where I don't have to go through all this ghetto-ass buffoonery and fuckery. Like, it is no reason that a healthcare professional should be stressing out a patient. And I'm not saying that everybody should be kissing my ass because I got a rare birth defect. No. But what I am saying is don't fucking piss me off, bitch. And don't be trying to make it seem like I'm making this shit up. Because if I was going to make up to have anything, I would have something simple like eczema. I would not make up to have the shit that I have. It is very annoying. It's a fucking nuisance to my life. And it pisses me off. So I've just been so freaking annoyed. I've been feeling like crap. And then I was like thinking about it today. No wonder my leg feels like crap because I'm out of my normal routine. I've been out of my Why is my dog flipping around? Sometimes I think my dog takes drugs. Sometimes I think my dog sneaks into my medications. And I think she's high off perks because I ain't never seen no animal behave like her. Or maybe she's high off of fucking iron pills. I don't fucking know. Anyways, I think the reason that I've been real sick lately is because before, when I was just working from home, sitting here on my couch all day, on my computer, I didn't have to, like, move around, you know. But now that I'm working in the hospital, I'm constantly walking around. And I think it's good, too, because I've been losing a lot of weight. But it's a change for my body, and I think that's why it's acting all crazy. My leg is constantly swollen. My side is so swollen right now. Oh, my God. And then that's another thing that pissed me off. So I asked that nurse practitioner yesterday. I said, can you please write me a prescription for gauze? And could you please send it to the pharmacy counter? Well, what do you need gauze for? So then I showed her, because my leg is like, first of all, I'm doing too much moving around. Well, I don't think it's too much moving around because it's good to be active. I'm doing a lot of moving around. I'm stressed out at work. My tumors are growing back. They're getting bigger on my side. I need to get my side lasered down again. So my legs and my hormones are going fucking crazy. Like my doctor already told me, you're constantly in pain, but you just don't know it because you're so used to it. Your hormones is so fucked up. Well, he didn't say fucked up, but your hormones is messed up, and that's why you be sick all the time. I definitely believe that now because everything feels terrible in my whole body. My whole right leg is swollen. So if I show you a pad that I'm using and I tell you, look at all this blood, and like say the pad is like this big and it's 100% covered in blood, and I tell you I just changed this 30 minutes ago, and then I say, can you write me a prescription for gauze? And you say, well, what do you need gauze for? Maybe so that I can stop using my freaking paper towels. If I'm showing you what I use gauze for, why would you ask me why I need a prescription for gauze? Why would you ask me that? Like, seriously. Sometimes I feel like the only way to get real answers from these damn doctors in Toledo is to be a crackhead. If I was somebody high off of pills and fucking shooting up and just coming in for stupid ass shit, and I ask these simple questions, they would have this door open for me, this door open for me. Oh, okay, let me refer you here, da 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 da. But because I have a real medical problem and I got real shit going on and I know what the fuck I'm talking about and I know what I need, and I'm making it simple for you by saying, okay, here's my list. Can you please make me, can you please refer me here? Can you please give me a prescription for gauze? Can you please give me a prescription for iron? Can you please give me a prescription for potassium? And you're questioning me? Well, why? What do you mean, why? Do you not look at my chart? The fuck? And then she told me yesterday, she's like, oh yeah, so when you went to go get scans after your car accident, you have a kidney stone that's 5 centimeters. They did not tell me that at Toledo Hospital. And I specifically said, did you guys see anything abnormal in my scans? Oh, no. We didn't see anything. I fucking hate that. When I go to Cleveland Clinic, and that's why I need to quit complaining about Cleveland Clinic. Because last time I was in Cleveland Clinic, I was fucking crying in the bathroom because I get so stressed out. But when I go to Cleveland Clinic, they tell you, okay, this is here that wasn't there last month. This is growing here. You need to talk to this doctor. I'm about to refer you to this doctor because there's something going on here. And it's so overwhelming. But now that I'm dealing with this stupid ass bullshit, I'd rather be overwhelmed and in the know than not knowing what the fuck is going on. And then some random bitch with an attitude is telling me, oh yeah, just go to Cleveland. It's around the corner. Oh, I hate it. Pisses me off. It fucking pisses me off. So I'm just glad that tomorrow is Thursday because it's closer to Friday and it's closer for me to have 2 days off because I'm so annoyed. And I think I'm going to have to be on some serious pain medication because my nerves are shot behind this leg thing. My side is so swollen. I didn't get no sleep yesterday because I normally sleep on my right side. I could not go on my right side because my side is so swollen. And it actually, I think it's infected and it's turned gray. And then that was another thing that pissed me off. The last time that my side was gray and bluish because it was infected, and I told my doctor at Cleveland Clinic, she was like, oh no, you're getting put on this, you're getting put on that. Let me check your iron levels. Let me do this. That's when I was stuck at Cleveland Clinic and I had a damn attitude. I was stuck there for 1 whole hour. Because they make you wait until your blood pressure goes down. And I guess it takes an hour for your blood pressure to go down. So I was sitting in Cleveland Clinic freezing my ass off in the freaking lab for an hour just to get blood work. Which, come to find out, my potassium was low. They told my doctor. My doctor was like, oh, hell no, we are not having that. Put me on these medications to get my potassium back up. This lady told me yesterday, oh, are you running anemic? I said, yeah, I'm naturally anemic. Oh, because your hemo, it dropped down to a 9-10. But my normal hemo is a 7. And I was like, okay, whatever. I didn't think nothing of it because my normal hemo is a 7. So that's actually pretty good for me. But then I was thinking about it today. I've been super dizzy and super lightheaded. That's because the shit is swollen and is bleeding more than normal. But you're not even a caring doctor, nurse practitioner, whatever. Because you didn't even stop to say, oh, well, Joelle, how many iron pills do you have? Have you been taking your iron? Have you been taking potassium? You didn't say any of that. You just told myself, oh, do you run anemic? Oh, I hate these doctors in Toledo. I wish I could just cut their face up with my nails, slap the fuck out of them, slap some sense into them. And it's just like, this hospital just pretends to be so competitive and so knowledgeable, and they just really don't. They give you their runaround. Ugh. If they don't understand something, they always try to make it seem like you lying. Oh, well, how do you know you have the birth defect? Maybe because I'm 28 years old, and I was diagnosed at birth, and when I came out, I had the shit. So, you know, that just might kind of be an idea as to why I think I have a birth defect. Or maybe because I met 1,000 people like me and we have the same shits and we have the same name. So, you know, just putting that out there. Maybe that's a possibility as to why I think I have a birth defect. Maybe because my skin opens from the inside out with tumors that bust and bleed and make my nerves go crazy and make my back hurt. maybe it's safe to say that, yeah, she might have a birth defect. I don't know, maybe. Or maybe because my hip goes out of socket on both sides, it's safe to say that there's a possibility of a birth defect. Or maybe because I have a 35-pound tumor hanging on my hip, it's safe to fucking think that I have a birth defect. Maybe. I don't fucking know. Maybe I'm pulling the shit out of my ass. Maybe I slapped the shit on my body. Maybe I just like being annoyed by this. You never fucking know nowadays, I guess. Ugh, pisses me off. I always say, Joelle, why did you move back to Toledo? Why? Lord have mercy. I swear, I am moving back to Cleveland in, what's this year, 2017? I'm moving back to Cleveland in 2018 because I cannot take it. I cannot take the fucking stupidity. If you are supposed to be a doctor, a nurse practitioner, you're supposed to do it to try to help people and not to stress their asses out. And if you don't know something, you should be mature enough to say that. Like, here's another example. I went to my scoliosis doctor last year. And he was like, you know what? I don't know how to treat you. But you know what? I'm going to refer you to this other doctor. And I appreciated him for that. Every time I go to Cleveland Clinic, if I go to a new doctor and they say, I don't know what we're talking about, I don't know what we're looking at, I have no idea, I'm going to refer you to another doctor. Thank you. I don't have to call the way I'm calling. They call me, they refer me to another doctor. The next day, somebody's calling me to set up an appointment. When I go to Toledo, oh, are you sure you have this? Just say that you don't know. The fuck? Why are you wasting my time? And then you try to make it seem like I'm lying, but then you still charge my insurance. And you try to rush my appointment because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Woo! Lord, have mercy, Jesus, Lord. It is a fucking fire. I gotta get me some Chick-fil-A because I am so irritated. But you know what? No, I'm not even gonna get no Chick-fil-A because I just lost 12 pounds. I'm trying to keep it slim and trim, thin as in. I'm about to get me a salad and drink a bottle of water. Toodaloo.